Hey y'all, Stephanie Nash here, and I'm with Dennis, Blake, and Brady Mouzin here in Knox County, Indiana, doing Time Changes, the Life of a Farmer.
I'm Dennis Mouzin with Mouzin Brother Farms in Vincennes, Indiana. I'm a third generation farmer. My father, Paul, who's 84, is still actively engaged in the farm. I'm lucky to have my two sons, Brady and Blake, still working with me today. My grandfather, Julius, passed away a few years ago, but he started the farm back in 1935. You know, the rewards of farming with your family is really good. It's a very challenging career, and right now I think the average age of farmers is 59 years old because it's just too much stress and work, you know, for most kids want to endure. Miss a lot of family life, although you're with your family every day. It's hard to get to some sporting events and do those things you want to do because, you know, you gotta go when the weather's good. So that's kind of a challenging part. The rewarding part is, you know, we grow food that people really appreciate. We have labels on our melons that has our email address and our website. And when we first did this, we really were, you know, worried about, oh boy, we're gonna get nothing but negative results, you know, and complaints. And probably 95% of them are compliments and how good and thanking the farmer, which is very rewarding. And then when we do have extra produce, my sons, Brady and Blake, sell to local food banks and donate food to help out with the food banks. So that's rewarding as well. And we do a little bit on site here at the farm also.
I'm Brady Mouzin with Mouzin Brother Farms. I'm fourth generation farmer from Knox County, Indiana. My great-grandfather founded Mouzin Brother Farms in 1935. Prior to that, he had ran a local farm for the orphanage that sat actually just behind us on the hill back there. Once that orphanage closed down, he bought a plot of land and farmed a lot of fruits and vegetables and sold them at local markets. Since then, we've taken that 35 acres of land, passed it on from generation to generation, and grown it exponentially. Around the 1950s, my grandfather and my great uncle, who actually were the namesake of the Mouzin brothers, took over the family farm. They're the ones that really made a strong foothold for us in watermelons. They grew the watermelon business and expanded it as well. They had cattle and all sorts of other livestock. And in the 70s, my father and my uncle took over the farm. From that point, they started selling our produce and our vegetables directly to retail. So they stopped selling through brokerages, stopped selling to local markets, and focused more on selling to retail chains, specifically Kroger, Costco, and Meijer, to get our start. From the 1970s to the 2000s, our farm grew from a couple hundred acres to a couple thousand acres. And then when my father and my uncle took over the farm in the 80s, they went on a rapid expansion program, and we farm a little over 10,000 acres in multiple states today. Today we farm everything from watermelon to cantaloupe to sweet corn. We do pumpkins, winter squash, a variety of fall items including gourds and decorative corn, straw bales. We also do some green beans, cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, and a few things that I'm sure I'm probably missing. But we stopped livestock about 20 years ago because it was such a conflict with food safety for our produce operation. We're always looking for new and exciting opportunities, and definitely interested in continuing to grow the farm as I grow older and as generations beyond me take over.
My name is Blake Mouzin. I am a fourth generation farmer for Mouzin Brother Farms based out of Knox County, Indiana. Some of the struggles we face now today in farming, of course you always have to worry about the weather. You never know what's going to come in any given season. Currently we are facing increased labor wages with our H-2A employment in Indiana. We also are having a lot of troubles with increased freight and getting supplies due to the pandemic. Growing up on the farm has always seemed pretty normal to me. It wasn't until I started going into middle and high school that I realized that growing watermelons and produce was a little unique. I remember when I was about getting ready to go into first grade, I was getting ready to go into school during the summer, and my dad put me on a cantaloupe tractor. I was so small that I couldn't even put down the clutch to get it to stop. It's really rewarding to go out and look at the fields every day and see the progress of the plants as they grow from little seedlings all the way up to actual fruits of produce. And any given day there can be many different events that can overtake a field, so constant scouting is very important. I've seen anywhere from Phytophthora overtaking a full field within 3 days, as well as any hail or strong storm occurrence just wipe out acres. So seeing that final product and getting to taste it is always very, very rewarding. You want me to prop?
Tell them about them.
So here we got actual watermelon seedlings. They were planted in a greenhouse and have now grown into transplants that we will take out into the plastic behind us and plant, some by hand, some by transplanter. The part of the farm that I tend to be more passionate about is definitely the produce side. Getting to go out and work outside and scout the fields throughout the growing season has always been nice and refreshing for me. It's always good to get to, of course, eat the produce as well.
I personally have a lot of fond memories of the farm growing up, but probably my favorite aspect was the fact that when we were growing up, all of our friends worked alongside us in the field. So we were young and it was long days and hard work, but when all of us were there together, it was a fun experience, and it made work a little more enjoyable, and we created a lot of fun memories along the way. There are an enormous amount of stories that we reminisce over when we get together now, and it's fun to have those memories with our friends. My favorite part of the farm today is our brand recognition. We're starting to get a little bit of brand recognition in different cities. I went to college at Indiana University, was one of 2 or 3 farmers that I met my entire time there. So my friends from Chicago and New York and California and different areas were proud of having a farmer friend, and when they see our produce in stores, they're always eager to send me pictures and buy our produce and tag us on all social media, so that's pretty cool to me. One of my favorite parts about being involved in agriculture is that we are able to provide consumers fresh and healthy, right off the farm, grown locally, produce and vegetables. We have a generation of very health conscious consumers coming up with our generation, and I take pride in the fact that we are helping them get the products that they want and that they are able to lead a healthy lifestyle by consuming our fruits and vegetables.